Hey guys, and welcome to another video, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on hair. Someone commented it on my last tutorial a while ago. It's been a while, mainly because I was doing Dr. Sunshine and then I got busy, and yeah. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'll add solidify, probably like 0.0. Nope. 0.05 maybe. It depends on how thick you want it to be. Have to do that. Okay, yeah. So now I'm just gonna get all of this clear part out, or all the parts I don't want to be hair. I think I'm gonna change it up a bit. Let's also get rid of this bottom area because we're not going to need that. And okay, I'm going to select this first face bit, and I'm going to press P to separate it into a different mesh, and we're going to mess with that later. Oh, I forgot to put even thickness on. Go do that. Okay. That looks good. Wait. Oh wait, I want to do it this way. Okay, I'm gonna undo everything because that doesn't look that good. Really? Okay. Never mind, I'm not. Just go do that. So, okay, I'm gonna stop messing around. There, okay, let's do this part. I usually like to select this bit and just duplicate it, separate that, and bring that out a bit, and get rid of that part. I'll separate this bit out by pressing Y, I think it was, yeah. I think I'm just going to do that to this too. Now I'm just going to kind of sculpt it, push it around a bit to make it look good. For this first layer, I'm just going to do it pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to put this down a bit. Get that a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna separate this bit out. Probably should have done that better, but there. There we go. Right distance, there we go. Actually, I probably just screwed it up. Yeah, I probably should have done that. I don't really like this, so I'm just going to. Oh well, I'll probably make it look a lot better later. Okay, and one thing I will do for the main hair, not the front, is just use a mirror modifier. By doing mirror, and you want to make sure that this is above the armature, because if it's not, then weird stuff can happen when you try and move it. So yeah, now I'm just going to separate these again into strips and then just move it around. And I'm using proportional editing. I'm just using smooth. You can also use some of these other ones like root, typically works good, and then sharp also. I don't use that one as much, so I'm just gonna stick with smooth for now. And if it starts getting very weird, I'll move it to a different one. I should have better. For this side part, for at least the first layer, I usually like to separate them together and move it like that. There we go. And then we'll just do this in 2 parts. And now I'm gonna start layering it. I'm gonna work with the front later because I do not like how that looks right now. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm going to I'm selected by distance. And just to make this a little bit cleaner, I'm just going to select all this and press Y to separate it. And since there's Z fighting in it a bit, I'm just going to scale it down, or move it up a bit actually. Maybe scale it down. There we go. And for making layers, I'm just going to select these bits. For this type of hair, I'm not going to layer it too much because I want it to look a bit neater. But if you want the hair to look pretty messy, you can layer it a bunch. Look like that. I'm just going to duplicate it and separate it. Scale it to like, well, let's not scale it. And for these, you kind of want them to be more looser. I don't know. Like more curled, maybe. Let me go put some lighting in here just to see how it looks for now. No, I don't. Okay. There we go. Not solid. That wasn't on, so that's why I wasn't seeing it. Oh my god, separate that bit. Okay, and then for these corners on the upper layers, I'll separate them to make it look a bit looser, or messier. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna turn off clipping on mirror, which means it separates these bits on the seam. And I'm also gonna try and get rid of this Z fighting stuff parts. Look around, and I'm also just going to join these together just to make it one object. Now we have the front bit. So now I'm going to layer this part, and for this I think I'm just going to duplicate some parts and move them around a bit, kind of putting them in between the other parts. I'm also going to move these around. Okay, that's looking a bit better. Curve it a bit, and for this, for parts that are going to be curving, if the hair is going to be curving a lot, then you're probably going to want to put subdivision on it. Let's try 2. And then just select all of parts of the hair and make sure it's above the solidify. Separate those. And it just makes the rough edges a bit curved. Like that. Instead of that. You could also do it to this hair, but I don't think I will for this one. I think that's good enough for the example. I'd probably do some more fine touches to make it actually look a lot better. And I'm gonna go open up a few more examples of this. Okay, so I forgot to mention the bevel. Usually I'll bevel the hair a bit, either to 0.005 or 0.00. And yep. Okay, yeah, this one's a bit more layered, or it's a bit more finished, I guess. I'm gonna switch over to Eevee so that it actually works a bit easier. So yeah, here's just, let's go hide the hat. I also made a lot of props. I put this like hair clip in. And yeah, wait, that's actually, those don't have, there, okay. There we go, I fixed it. But yeah, that is another one, and here's an example of more layered hair, or I guess more advanced hair. It's not really layered at all, or not layered too much. Okay. Okay, so here's a hair that's a lot more layered and very messy. Let me go to Eevee so I can see it a bit. So yeah, it's a bit layered. Yeah, there's this one, or I guess this wasn't the one I was thinking of, but yep, here's a more stylized version thing. I like how this one turned out. And so yeah, that's kind of all of, actually no, I have one more thing. For animating the hair, I did this kind of thing. So this is how it looks. Pretty simple. Yeah, now for doing this, all I really did was I parented the hair to some bones. It doesn't really have to be great. No. So yeah, I just selected these faces and I attached it to bones. I think you really don't have to do this many. You probably only have to do 2. Or maybe even 1, I'm not quite sure. But then I just took this top bone and I used this stretch to this other bone. And then I just threw all of these ones into a separate layer so that you don't see them and you only see these. You could do this for the whole hair. I didn't bother. I think it's good enough. And I didn't want to spend that much time on it. It's kind of a quick thing. So yep, that's kind of my hair tutorial, and if you need any more tutorials, put them in the description. Okay, so I'm gonna record a better outro than that was. So if you have any other suggestions, go put them in the comments. I'm going to try to release more tutorials like this. Maybe I'll do a full one on like making a preset. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it was fun. And bye. See ya.